Monday's games. We had them moved due
Snooze
to
fests.
the weather. It was
Terrible.
it ended up being a snooze fest.
They were bad.
Uh, Steelers and the Bills. I really don't want to touch on this long because I hate both teams.
The
Steelers, you
better team
deserve
won.
Steelers, you deserve everything that comes to you. Now that you're hot garbage, you deserve to not even have a winning
The
season.
Steelers had
I
a
hope
great defense that was hinged highly on one player, and he wasn't playing in this game. They were not going to win this game from the get go.
I hope Mike Tomlin leaves. You deserve a shitty head coach. Uh, you are very much like Philadelphia fans, just awful, and you deserve all of the negativity that
You don't
this
like
team has
the
been getting.
you don't like the Yinzers?
Um, I don't know. I can't say anything bad about the people. Mainly just your team because you beat the Chiefs for so long. Um, that's why I don't like you.
I've got less of a problem with Pittsburgh and more of a problem with Indianapolis.
As a team, sure. I
I think
can't.
we
I
have
can't.
plenty of regular season wins against Pittsburgh. Plus, we also beat the ever loving breaks off of Ben Roethlisberger his last season in the
That was
playoffs.
that was beautiful.
I think that was enough revenge for me. The rest of it didn't matter. Like we dog walked him in the playoffs and made him retire.
That's true.
We said,
That's
"Hey,
true.
you don't belong here anymore."
We still have to get back at the Colts a couple times over.
Yeah. I hope they can get good enough to make the playoffs one of these days, you
And
know.
crush their hopes and dreams.
Yeah.
But this game, the Steelers, they got within one score at one point and then absolutely pissed it away. Mason Rudolph, why he was ever in the game. Yeah, he had a couple hot weeks. Fine, whatever. You get in the playoffs. If you're calling Kenny Pickett your franchise quarterback, you don't bench your franchise quarterback going to the playoffs. Like that's the dumbest statement I've ever heard in my entire life. He's our franchise quarterback. You staying on the bench.
If
Shut up.
if
What are we doing?
if your franchise wants to perpetually be fucking 9-8, 8-9,
That's what, dude. I love Mike Tomlin. He's got to leave. He's got to go. Get
hey,
out
and
of
if there's
Pittsburgh.
anybody else on
Go
that team
elsewhere.
that wants to jump ship, Chiefs trade for George Pickens, please.
Sure, Deontay Johnson. I'd take a
Nah,
number of
George
their. I'd take a number of their wide receivers.
Pickens.
Uh, Bills got an easy win. The bad note for them is they just lost their entire linebacking core. I think they're on linebacker number 3 and number 4, if not 4 and 5. They lost another corner. They've got some big injuries that happen. I think they lost an offensive lineman. We'll have to see if any of those guys come back. That's good news for the Kansas City Chiefs.
We hate for
Bills
it
are
to
gonna.
go like that, but we didn't come away with any injuries out of that last game, did we?
We did not come out of that last game with any injuries in the playoffs or the last game with the Bills. If that's, I'm not sure
No, I was
exactly which
talking
one
about
you're
talking about our game
with
against
the
the
playoffs.
Vikings
Okay,
last
yeah, no,
game we played.
we did not come out with any major
So
injuries.
yeah, I
We're good.
that that
We
speaks to
also have
we were
2 days of
healthy.
rest extra.
Yeah, I was gonna say we were healthy coming into the playoffs. That health stayed the same. That speaks to a lot of things about our team. I hate that it comes down to stuff like that. I would love to beat the Bills at their best. But I'm not going to complain about any edge up that we get.
We were also down 3 of our best players when we played them in the regular season. Is one thing to think about. We didn't have Nick Bolton, we didn't have Drew Tranquil, we didn't have Isaiah Pacheco. So
Oh, dude, this is a
it's
tale
only
as old
fair.
as time. The Bills beat us in the regular season, and they can't beat us in the playoffs. I'm not. I'm the Bills are a good team, but I'm not. I'm. It's kind of like the Dolphins. I'm not stressing that hard. We're going to play them hard. If we take them lightly, I would lose a lot of respect for players on the team. But yeah, I saw a tweet earlier that showed a film of Tom Brady in that 2018 AFC Championship game, just looking around at the crowd, right? And the tweet said, "Is like as a Chiefs fan, I remember this feeling so bad, and I want to give it to Bills fans, or however they worded it." And I was like, "Yeah, I would love to give that to Bills fans. That feeling sucked, and we're gonna hand them a giant." a giant pot of that.
Big old.
We're gonna we're gonna stir
You
it
got
up. It's gonna get nice, hot, and bubbly, and we're just gonna force feed it down their throats.
they got less days of rest. They're talking about another 2 to 3 feet of snow in Orchard Park. They're talking about the weather come Sunday for the game is going to be -3. Ooh, we just played -30. Quit whining. Get your players out there. Be ready to get your butt spanked, Bills.
Are you beginning to see my vision of the playoff revenge tour, even though we didn't have to get revenge against the Dolphins?
I'll say this, like I said earlier in the season, and you know it, Sean knows it, all the homies in the group chat know it. I was not confident in the Chiefs. Was not. And if the Bills were fully healthy, I'm not sure if I would be as confident as I am right now. But going against the Bills in this capacity with 2 full extra days of rest, fully healthy, I am much more confident that we will win and not just win. It might be ugly against the Bills in their home in this playoff. I am worriedly confident in how that game will turn out.